let's talk Bitcoin. But first, let's talk lunch.
Hello everybody, I've had my lunch and it was very good. Bitcoin, where are we with Bitcoin? Well, I saw something very funny on Twitter. I'm going to call it Twitter just to annoy some people. X, go on then, call it X. And it was some poor Bitcoin investor that had put up a chart which showed $101,000 a coin and it had fallen back from 5,000 or whatever it had done. He was saying, I'm getting fed up with this, I'm just getting fed up with it. And I thought, yeah. Well, the market's not there to make anybody happy. It does what it does, has no fear, has no remorse, it does not stop. It doesn't listen to you, you have to listen to it. If you look at the chart, is one way of listening to what the market has done, you will see a pretty bullish chart. I think most people would see that and go, well, yes, it's going up, isn't it? And it's going up, and why won't it continue to go up? It goes up, it goes down a bit, and then it goes up a lot. It's going to go forever like that, and it's going to be brilliant, and we're all going to see 250,000 in 10 minutes time, and we'll see $1 million a coin in by Christmas, I won't say which, and then it's going to be $10 million a coin and 20, and so on and so forth. And you know, I'm pretty bored with, in fact I've got past being bored with all those people that keep talking that stuff, and I've got in the situation of going, yeah, well, okay, good luck with that. But where are we now? I think we're getting to a very sensitive stage, and we're either going to have that turnaround and go up to, you know, quite a nice level, or what I expect, break down through the 100,000. Now I think that is where we're looking going forward in the not too distant future. So I would be almost surprised if we weren't below 100,000 by Christmas, or sometime soon between now and then, that we end up going to 100,000 and we get a really bearish break. So here's some charts so you can see what I'm talking about. And I think we have seen the top. Now, obviously, all it takes is, you know, solar flare to take down all the computers in the world apart from Bitcoin mining, and you'd get a very, very strong upward move on Bitcoin. So any sort of disaster that drives people to want to turn their money into a very easily movable form will see Bitcoin going up. But if that does not happen, and I don't think anything in the short term suggests that there is anything like that coming, we're going to get a sub $100,000 move. And this is what I see as the potential. These are the levels. So the levels are obviously just above 60,000. And that, I think, is fair to say. We would see that if we get much below 100,000, we'll get to see somewhere near 60. Now, for a crypto winter, which I believe is coming, and just in the same way as everyone's believed it's going to go from 100,000 to 250,000 since last November, I've believed it's going to be coming down from 120,000 to 60,000 anytime since November. It's up in the air which is the right answer. Now, I think it's down to 60,000, and a crypto winter would be 40,000. Oh, that would be relatively stiff. So another way to look at what a crypto winter would mean would be that in the past, when it's pulled back to the previous 4-year high, and that's about 60,000. And I look at the chart and I go, it's probably not enough. I would say we're looking at a 40,000, maybe even a little bit lower than a 40,000 bottom for the crypto winter. So if we get one, and I believe we will, and I've been saying it long enough, a crypto winter means 40,000. Now, a pullback to 60,000, I wouldn't be thinking that, oh, well, you know, it's all over. Nor would I think that it might not be all over. So somewhere between 60,000 at the top of the range and 40,000, maybe even 38,000, that sort of area, for the bottom of the range is what I'm looking for if we get the crypto winter that I'm expecting. And if we're going to get it, I think we should be getting it, well, before Easter at least. I mean, it's a big time range. But direction is much easier than timing. As well, I mean, I've been wrong about my timing. I haven't really, because I haven't said it's going to be going down, and it hasn't gone down. I've been saying that 120,000 is the top, and I've been spot on there, and I've said there's a crypto winter coming. Well, it hasn't come yet. So if it never comes, I'll be wrong about that. But I think we're getting to the point of exhaustion of that sort of optimism that you've been hearing from everybody who've been saying we're looking at 180,000, a quarter of a million, 500,000, a million by Christmas. It's always by Christmas, isn't it? Well, I think we can be pretty sure we're not going to see much above 120,000 by Christmas. There's my charts. There's my prognostication. I think that this current previous high is the high of this cycle, and now it's just a matter of when it goes below 100,000. Because when it goes below 100,000 by much, and if it stays there for more than a couple of days or a couple of moments, a lot of people are going to get scared. A lot of people are going to say, right, well, it never happened. I've been waiting all year. I'm out. And that will cause the sort of cascade you get when you get a crash, because everybody's singing Hosanna on the way up and everybody's crying and saying it's all wrong and it's all over on the way down. And that's the market cycle that leads to boom, bubble, bust, boom, bubble, bust, boom, bubble, bust. And that is the Bitcoin cycle. And of all the assets, Bitcoin is the most almost predictable boom, bubble, bust, cycling asset out there. Now, in addition, the thing that strikes me, the two Achilles heels in crypto in general, is one, crypto's very, very insecure. All you have to do is read the news on the crypto websites, and all you'll see is multiple millions, multiple tens of millions, sometimes multiple hundreds of millions of dollars worth of crypto being stolen. Nothing like it in banking, nothing like it in other assets. The biggest bank robberies, the biggest robberies of all time have been in crypto, and probably were only a few weeks ago. Every few weeks, the massive crime of stealing crypto. And every day, I'm sure hundreds of people have their cryptos stolen by people who are phishing and stealing private keys and getting you to click on the wrong link to take over your wallet, etc. And it doesn't matter what people say, there is no such thing as a cold wallet. There's hot wallets, very hot wallets, there's cool wallets, there's quite cool wallets, but there's no such thing as a wallet that's cold. There's no such thing as a way of protecting your private keys completely. If there is, please tell me. But, you can inscribe your private keys on steel plates, and then what? Put them in a safe. Well, the safe's not safe, is it? Oh, you can hide them. Well, what happens if you hide them in a old teapot and your wife throws the teapot away? Oh, you can get some sort of gadget and you can put it in a tray of ice cubes and freeze it in your freezer, but then somebody robs your freezer. There is no 100% safe way of keeping crypto, and that's a giant weakness. Now, the other weakness is quite new, and that is that institutions and Wall Street are now an intrinsic part of the game. The whole point about crypto, the whole value of crypto, is outside the established market for money and financial services. And it was going to turn it all upside down. It was going to make everything else obsolete. Wall Street would be obsolete. The dollar would be obsolete. Money, old money would be obsolete. Everything would be obsolete, and Bitcoin fixed that. Remember that? Bitcoin fixes this. Well, now Bitcoin is just another asset within the tentacles of Wall Street. And that is not a good thing, because Wall Street extracts value from financial services for their own purposes. If they make money out of gold or silver or Nvidia or Bitcoin, they buy a yacht or they buy a house. They drain the market. So they drain money from markets by providing services. Well, Bitcoin's a market, and it's now intrinsically connected to Wall Street and institutions, proper institutions, not just companies that call themselves institutions and have just popped out of nowhere. Proper investment banks, proper Wall Street firms have now got their, and I'm going to use the word, fangs into crypto. Well, I don't see that as a good thing at all. And you could say the same about government. Government has now got its fangs into crypto. And, these are two types of institution, if you want to call them, that extract value from markets and, in a way, don't give value back. They give services, they give platforms, but the actual value of liquidity in those markets, generally speaking, they extract it. That is not good for the old crypto that we loved, that went from 10 cents to $60,000. Now we've got an asset at $100,000 that's just another asset attached to the financial services industries of old. And I think that puts a lid on the whole picture. But on top of that, I think after this crypto winter, if we have one, and I believe it's not too far away, after that, there will be a change in the way that crypto works, not intrinsically, but the focus that everybody has on crypto will shift. Because everybody thinks of it in terms of cryptocurrencies, of new money, novel financial services with services outside of the old school way of doing things. And they've been absolutely fixated on the money to be made for the emergence of these new private sector monies like Bitcoin, like Ethereum, like Solana. Well, imagine that focus shifted away from crypto being about cryptocurrency to crypto being about blockchain products, unique products that couldn't be done cost effectively the old way, but the sort of product that can be unleashed by blockchain technology powered by its own issuing currency. Well, that is the promise of blockchain. That is the promise of crypto. And I think that is what we're going to see the next time around in the next crypto cycle. And that's going to be huge money to be made there. And of course, it is going to be kind of facilitated by government, kind of facilitated by Wall Street and the institutions. But ultimately, it's facilitated by the dream of blockchain plus cryptocurrency plus permissionless business. And that is the original crypto dream. And I think we'll see a lot more of the broad crypto dream coming next time round. So that's where I will be keeping my eyes out for, because that's where next time round the big money is to be made. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I'll be doing another one of these soon. See you all then. Bye now.